Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with you, it might not. All right, so somebody here is, I feel like, really wanting to say something to you, but they're unable to move. They're unable to come towards you for some reason. They're really regretful. I feel like this person kind of like hid a lot, but let me tell you what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. So I'm seeing you getting ready to leave some kind of a place. And this looks to me like an island. And I'm connecting that with the Queen of Cups card in one of my decks. It looks like a very beachy island, but this island that I'm seeing has a lot of woods in it, which I've just heard like scary, dark places, like things that are shaded. They're not clear, I feel like. And maybe you thought your happiness was there, but also this Queen of Cups card that I'm seeing, I'm in some way, shape, or form associating it with like family or traditionality. So maybe I feel like you thought maybe your family was there, or you thought that your love was there, or your happiness was there, but you've had some kind of an experience here and it made you realize that you needed to leave. Something here was like a functioning dysfunction, but I'm hearing you say like, there's nothing for me here. So you are getting in the boat, you're getting ready to leave. And I'm seeing this person standing, like watching you from like the bushes, from the shadows, and you don't see this person watching you. They're like keeping out of your eye line, they're keeping out of your vision, but they're watching at least one other person over here be able to like send you off, and that person's sad that you're leaving, and they're helping you get, your bags and stuff into your little boat here. And, they're able to speak to you freely and to say goodbye. And this person wants to do that. They want to come forward. I think they want to ask you not to go, not to leave. They want to say their piece. They want to make you some kind of offer, but then they're just like stuck in place because they know that it's like they know that they're going to come off as like a liar because this person's still like hiding a lot of things. It's like they know that you're going to say no to their offer, or they think that you're not going to believe them because something here has like changed. And that could have even been communicated here. There's something weird about the communication. Now, let me just tell you one other thing though, because this person that I'm seeing like in the bushes, they are coming off as a masculine energy. Now, it doesn't have to be that it's a male. I'll tell you why I'm kind of getting that and why I think it's relevant here in just a second. But I'm also seeing like the hermit energy. And I feel like this person wants to approach you and as like being alone, or tell you that they are alone. But I actually feel like this person is not alone, even if they approach you like just them, because there's something like behind them that they're kind of keeping hidden from me. It's like outside of like my eye line. And what I'm seeing is like a little campfire over there, which for some reason I am associating with the hermit. But I'm seeing it's like blurred out, but there's people around this campfire and it's blurred out, but I'm kind of getting like a 7 of Cups energy. So it could be people that this person kept around as like options, or it could be a group of people, but this group of people is very diluting, and they're giving me the term like clouded judgment, and they're showing me them as like the Page of Swords with like, I'm seeing it from one of my decks. It's like a big cloud behind them, clouded judgment. And also it's a page energy. So they were like young, or they were a student or something, or they didn't know what they were looking at. They didn't have like some kind of mental capacity. And also with this being the 7 of Cups, there could have been like drinking or alcohol involved, but this person was like not grounded. They were not in touch with reality. And so I feel like this person misjudged a situation, and I think that they misjudged you. They didn't understand. Yeah, okay, so this goes back to whatever it is that they wanted to say, because I feel like this person is saying something like, I understand now. This person feels like they understand something more now. And there's like been some kind of misunderstanding here, but this person's recognizing that it started with them. They didn't see maybe this group of people clearly, or their actions clearly, because again, they could have been like partying or drinking with these people, and it was very diluting, and these people made something seem better than it was. And it's something to do with Venus energy, something to do with relationships, or even keeping one-to-one relationships. But this is like, I'm seeing like kind of Scorpio Venus of like sneaking around beneath the Venus. They made something here seem better than it was. And so this person, it feels like they didn't get to say, or they didn't say to you something that they needed to say. They didn't communicate, I think, like your worth or your value or how much you meant to them, or there's something here that this person needs to explain or account for or acknowledge that it's there or even happened. And this person did not do that. But I'm also hearing this person say, I didn't realize what I was saying. I didn't realize that I had actually communicated something to you that I didn't mean to communicate, It might have been mean, whatever this was, what you mean to me, something they didn't know that they were communicating something about what you meant to them. And like by being absent or colluding with these other people or they didn't understand what they actually said, but they see it now. And it's like there's a hurdle that they can't overcome. But this person is also still wanting you not to see whatever this is in the bushes. And they're telling me, well, I don't want you to see because you're going to misunderstand. Like if you just look at this from the outside as like a neutral observer, you're not going to understand, which is making me question. I'm like, because it seems like this person wants to frame this so you look at it a certain way. And I kind of feel like that's because there's this like, I just heard aftermath, like in the aftermath of something that maybe has like popped off here. They're showing me the 8 of Wands, some kind of message, some kind of quick turnaround, the aftermath of some kind of trip, or the aftermath of sending some kind of message. But it could have been a message that they didn't know that they were sending. It could have been some kind of quick schmegdual energy here. I don't know. But in the aftermath, everything was like chaotic. I'm kind of seeing a tornado, and in the aftermath, it's like certain buildings the landscape didn't look the same, and there was a lot of destruction, and that's what this person didn't understand. But that math part of the aftermath, like after something happened, they did the math, and the math didn't check out with what this group was saying, and numbers don't lie. 4 + 4 will always be 8. It doesn't matter if you want it to be 7, like these people said it was 7. 4 + 4 is always 8. And so there's something here where they're seeing something clearly, and the aftermath doesn't add up. And so that's what I think this person's wanting to communicate, because something here is they want you to believe that it's not what it seems. But I feel like this person was fully engaged with whatever this was. They just didn't know what they were engaged with. And so now they want to try and explain this away in a way that will kind of like pull you back. But they know that it's not going to work, because actually with you, like, I feel like whoever it is that I'm talking about, and maybe this has been communicated in the past in some kind of way, but like from you to them, but it feels like there was a buildup or once you saw something clearly, but I feel like you don't want this anymore, with this person. And I feel like that's a heartbreaking situation for this person, because I feel like that's what they're kind of realizing, and they're feeling angry. And oh my gosh, I'm just seeing this person like sitting on the ground, like rocking back and forth, and they're just like hitting themselves in the head. Like they're very frustrated. They're like, oh, you're so stupid, or something like that. Because you don't want this anymore. And it feels like nothing that this person could say is going to change what their past is, that they did in fact engage with this person or these people in this way. They have these memories where they should not have them, and it's changed them. And who this person is kind of no longer desirable to you. I feel like there was maybe it feels easygoing in the past. It feels very natural. It feels like if this is a love situation, like there was like a magnetic attraction between the two of you. And again, this person misread you. They clouded judgment. They didn't see you clearly. I feel like that's another thing too. They didn't see you clearly. And it's because they were behind the brush, first of all, which is like a metaphor for, obstacle and unclarity with these people. Over here, this like 7 of Cups energy. And it feels very like tribal or a clan or a family. So I don't know if these are like their friend group, or if this is a family, or again, if this was like some kind of collusion energy or something, but it's options, right? The 7 of Cups is like notoriously the options card. So they're maybe discussing their options here. Okay, now, whoa, this is like another thing, because I'm trying to see what these people are and I can't see their faces. It's like very blurry. And I feel like maybe this person's trying to say that to me so that I can say it to you. Like they didn't see these people clearly. I just don't think that they were seeing anything clearly. And I actually weirdly think it's because this person was very focused on themselves. And for some of you, that might have been a healthier energy than others, but I do feel like there is a selfishness kind of component. They were worried about their image or worried about their options. And so maybe they didn't tell people no when they should have, and that would have actually cleared up their options. This could be some kind of commitment phobe energy. FOMO is what I'm hearing. Or they're just afraid of disappointing people. I think this person's like insecure and in some way. It could be socially. So like they just never want to turn down someone who's giving them attention because they don't believe that they'll have other options in the future or something. Or it could be that they don't feel they have options like career wise or in terms of money. So they feel like maybe they thought that they needed these people in some way. But what I saw, this freaked me out, is from like the campfire that I'm seeing in the middle. I just saw like a snake, pop out like right at my face. And it's like very jump scare. But those like cans, the pretend cans that you get like magician stores, and you open like the can of Pringles, it looks like it's a can of chips, and then the snake like kind of comes out of it. It's very much like that. And I feel like this person is actually connected to a real snake. I want to say of a woman, because this to me feels like a female energy, and actually it feels like a mother. But this snake energy, I think through this person that I'm seeing in my mind as a masculine, that's what this is. Okay, that I'm seeing in my mind as a masculine, but it doesn't have to be a male. It's like they want to attack you. This is spiritual attack energy is what this actually is. So this person was kept in a state of, I just heard depravity, clouded judgment, partying. It feels like there is an energetic component to this, and maybe past life, something this person doesn't understand. And they didn't see these people clearly, but this feels like spiritual attack. And it feels like through this person, some kind of energy or person or something wanted to attack you. You were the actual target. And it's like this person I'm hearing was running interference, but like that snake energy, I think, was trying to interfere in your connection or in your peace. They wanted to startle you, scare you, pop out, jump out at you. Maybe they didn't see that very clearly, but it seems like this snake is a very manipulative person, very good with their words, but also maybe very binding and very restricting. This is not a good snake energy that I'm picking up on. And I think it might well be the mother. Now, here's what I'm hearing in my mind, because I was just hearing somebody the other day describing, it was like a sciencey talk thing that I was listening to. And they were describing how males in humans, because we reproduce schmegulally, their part in the biological reproduction is really just to run DNA from their mother to their spouse or whoever it is that they're reproducing with. That's really the function of males, like on a biological level. And I feel like this person it's a doing energy, right? With the masculine, it's a bridge energy. And I feel like in some kind of spiritual attack, and maybe this was planned out by this human, or maybe this is something working through them. Like it's very shamanic, it's very magical. And there could be some kind of ancient rivalry, because it does feel shamanic, and it feels like this energy wants to be attached to you. Because I'm seeing the magician, like, because they want it. Okay, this is going to be a weird thing. Something to do with your blood, something to do with your DNA, something to do with your Mercury, like something that you're good at, or a skill set that you have or could unlock. It's like they want their DNA to kind of mingle with yours. Now, that's just for some of you. Only take that if it resonates. But I just heard from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean, which is the opening to Romeo and Juliet. But it's like, whether this person is a male or female, that's why I'm seeing them as a male. It's a doing energy. They want this person to do their bidding. And this person wanted you to think that they were acting of their own accord, but actually there was this other energy or something. I don't know how it wants to attack you. Like maybe it wants you to have children with this person and then use your child to control something. But also I'm seeing like, it could be that this person's family called them back, is what I'm getting, like called them back, called them away from you. Maybe this person's family like lives somewhere else or is away from you or something. And then this mother wanted to introduce this masculine to someone else, that they felt like they could control in order to pull this masculine away from you, or interference. Yeah, run interference. Or but I feel like she comes across very nice or very sweet or very routine oriented, or but she knew what she was doing. Just meet this person, just meet so-and-so. Wanted to kind of pull you apart in order to harm you in some way. But it's also to control this person, and also just to establish dominance of like, I control people, so you can never really trust who's communicating you. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe you were aware of this and maybe you weren't. So maybe this also could be an ex that like keeps in touch with this person's mom or like their family or something. And so they staged some kind of party where there was drinking or something, and everything seemed better than it was, where the ex was there and the mom was trying to stage some kind of reunion. I don't know. This is so specific. That's only if it's romantic, because for some of you, this is not romantic. But yeah, so this person's like, you're not going to understand like what this is, because they might have a family elsewhere, or this also could be like where this person's controlled by their family. They don't have a mind of their own. They don't stand up to their family. They don't make their own decisions. But because they don't feel like they can overcome this gap between the two of you. And I feel like this person's actually really sad, because they didn't think that they could ruin it between the two of you. And this person could have diminished your energy in some way. Like, I feel like this was communicated to you, but they could have like ghosted you or left you unread or disrespected you, like just was not clear, or I don't know. It's like a diminishment of your energy, but also telling themselves like, oh, it's not that big of a deal because they always forgive me, or they're just such a nice person. It doesn't matter that I treat them like shit, because there's so much love between the two of us. Like, they thought that they didn't have to explain, or they thought that they had you. And, that turned out not to be the case. And I'm going back to this clouded judgment. They didn't see you clearly. And it's because they had other options, or they were out partying, or I feel like there could have been drinking or this like social gathering, and it made them see what they were doing as better than it was, of like having whatever this was over there, and then trying to pull you into it, trying to lure you back, doing this person's bidding. And I'm seeing as you get in the boat and you move away, it's like you can look back and actually see all of this. You can see what was going on, and it's going to justify your decision to move away. But also, I can't shake the feeling that you've just like lost your attraction for this person, whatever hold that they had on you. And it feels like actually it was real between the two of you. It was like very feelings oriented. That's gone. Like, you could be in the same room with this person and you wouldn't even be fighting your feelings or like trying to hide your feelings, in order to not give something away. You feel nothing towards this person. You're not interested. It's like this person almost wants to come back and give you everything that you wanted, give you your explanation, tell you how much you mean to them. But you don't believe them. And it's because this person, I don't know, it's like they chose something else over you. They played out every other thing that they put above you, and only to find out, I'm hearing the word brat. So I think this person could have thought that you were being a brat when you were trying to stand up for yourself or something. But I think they involved with a brat, or they're realizing that they were being very bratty. They were the ones being like very bratty. But again, that word brat, if they are trying to apply that to you, it's a diminishment. It's a minimizing of the pain that was caused here, because it feels like this person was fucked up towards you and you didn't like it. And they were like, what a brat, Yeah, so I feel like I'm seeing this person actually separate out from this group. There's still ties and attachment there, but it's like they maybe are spending a lot of time alone, or they have put some kind of distance. It feels like there's still some kind of, again, big tie. Like they can't get fully free from this group because of something that they involved in that they didn't realize what they involved in and how binding and entrapping and enmeshing it is. Because again, they thought that it was better than what it was. They thought these people were better than what it was, because it's almost like this person needed to become independent, and it's like they should maybe be getting in the boat with you, but as genuinely the hermit. They needed to get away from this group or this lifestyle or whatever and be the hermit and go internal and figure out who they are and what they want and what their values are, what's important to them. And that would have led them away from this group. And I think towards you, and y'all would have maybe left this island, this like haunted, weird island of, I don't know, this that I was seeing represented by the Queen of Cups, this traditionality. It's supposed to be a sunny beach. Yeah. And I think this group, whatever it is, I'm thinking about this movie that I watched. I can't remember the name of it. It started off super funny, and I thought that it was really making some like good points, and it was really prescient. And then all of a sudden it started to get really warped, like effed up, weird. I had to like leave the room. It was weird. And I think that maybe that was your experience with this person, but I think it's also been this person's experience with this group. And yeah. And it has to do with like a location or some kind of isolation, and they need to leave this group and like go explore around, because it's not true. Whatever this group like is saying about what they need to do, or it's like it's not what they, I don't know, it's like not true. It feels like there's a whole life, and this person needs to kind of go explain that, or explain, there it is again, but like explore that. But it feels like they actually are meant to leave the island with you. And okay, so I'm also supposed to say, because I think that there is a woman that has brought a man here, and this is a very specific, because this is a broad general reading. There's a woman who brought a man here because she's very manipulative, and I think she's pretending to be this man's friend, and but she wants to take him off and like away from us now because she's been called out on this channel. And so if you're the guy listening to this, don't believe her. You're not supposed to go off with her alone. Your comfort and safety is actually in a group, and it might be this group, but I think it might also be some kind of other group. Don't be alone with this lady. She can't be trusted, and she's also not helping you find your divine feminine. She's trying to run interference. She is the snake that you don't see clearly. So anyways, I just needed to get that out there because there's, again, with this snake energy, there is some kind of like magical energy, or there's some kind of, but it feels like, I think you, the person, like you have this capability as well. It feels very shamanic, and maybe this will unlock that for you, like this experience or something here like that. But there is somebody, they hit a lot, and they hid a lot. I think they hid, they hid what they were feeling. Even if what they were feeling was confusion, they hid who they were feeling is what I'm getting. So they might have been feeling you and they never like expressed that. It could have also been that they had these other options and they didn't like talk to you about that. But they hid what they were feeling is what I'm getting in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like you're just kind of over it. I think you're just over it, and you're determined to move away, get away. Yeah. So I think I'm going to leave that there. But this person is really kind of feeling haunted, I think, about their past actions. Like something has come into full view. And as you're leaving, I'm seeing this person kind of still like separated out from this, this group. But there is still that snake energy over there. And they've got this person on some kind of leash or some kind of tether or something like that. So, okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. I feel like there's more that I could say, but it feels like a good stopping point. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for listening. If that resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.